welcome back to my men's grooming series. So today I want to talk about chest and back hair, which is why I brought Dorian on, because he's going to demonstrate how to properly trim your chest and back hair.
Is it time?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's start to do this.
All right.
Ah, no, you don't want to see that. So the reason why I wanted to bring him on is because Dorian, I would say, stays pretty darn on top of his grooming routine.
I think you would know. You, outside of me, probably more than anybody else in the world.
Very true, very true. With me as a woman, I obviously have a very different process when it comes to grooming. I just want to start by saying though, and this is really important, that whatever you and your partner prefer in terms of your chest hair and back hair, by all means, do whatever makes you guys happy. But outside of that, I would say, the majority of women that I've spoken with, that I know over my entire lifetime, including myself, we all prefer a trimmed look when it comes to your chest and your back especially. Of course, there's always gonna be a minority of women that prefer either a hairless or caveman look, but they are a very small subset of women out there. And really, probably all of them, it's not gonna be a deal breaker if you have a more trimmed look. If you're hoping I'm going to cover how to shave completely all the hair off of your chest and your back, then you're gonna be sorely disappointed, because there's just way too many downsides when it comes to shaving with a razor.
Bumps, irritation, ingrown hairs, razor burns.
So let's start with your chest. So you're gonna need a good pair of clippers, which I have two that are highly recommended, which I included in my companion article that will fit any budget. Now, as far as when you should be trimming, you have a very specific time that you always recommend.
Well, yeah, if you're gonna be trimming, you're gonna have hair kind of getting in places and falling off. It'd be just like a haircut. So you wanna do it pre-shower, not post-shower, because then the hair will be dry and you could hop in the shower and rinse off all of the extra clippings that you're gonna have. So you wanna trim your chest hair by going against the grain. Like most of my chest hair tends to grow down. I think most people definitely have like a weird circle of hair here. So you kind of have to go against the grain. Anywhere from a 1 to a 4 attachment is kind of the norm. I think you have a preference.
Yes,
right?
I will have to say, the majority of women I talk to, and myself included, we don't want your hair too short where it just feels really spiky, like a 3-day-old shave, but we also don't want it super long where it's still tickling our nose. So the sweet spot is actually a number 2 attachment.
Tickling your nose?
Yeah, tickling when it's too long. When I'm like cuddling your hair, it just tickles my nose.
Don't stop here if you're hairy. I definitely have stomach hair as well. If I stopped here, it would be a very interesting hairy six-pack versus a very clean trimmed chest. So you want to go to your waistline, basically. Get your stomach hair if you have it. If you don't, obviously, then that's fine.
Moving on to your back and, well, while we're at it, your shoulders.
Ooh.
So there is no woman out there that will say hair on your shoulders and your back is sexy. So luckily, you've got a couple of options depending on the amount of hair that you have on your back and shoulders. So option number 1 is trimming.
I have to do this. I'm not completely hairless, but I'm not like a caveman kind of guy either. When it comes to trimming, it's pretty easy actually. There is a specific tool that I found that you were like, what the hell is this? But it does work. It is called the Man Groomer. Terrible name, looks stupid.
So ridiculous and stupid, but the
results speak for itself.
This works. It is so incredible. I watched Dorian actually trim his back hair. He only has like 2 small little patches and they're really fine hair, but I had him use it and it's literally like a back scratcher. Like treat it like a back scratcher and just go down your back and it just completely takes off all the hair. It is incredible how closely it trims your hair down to the surface without like having it shaved so you don't get any kind of ingrown hairs.
Very quick, very easy, and it is a nice back scratcher at the same time. It's an enjoyable experience. So you just take it and just use it like that, and then same as on top of your shoulders, right here on your delts as well, right in this area. So using a tool like this will allow you to have a relatively nice clean back according to your mate, right?
Yep.
And there is the one added benefit of not having to ask your friends. Bro, Can you help me out for a minute?
If you have a little more than a sprinkling of hair on your shoulders and your back, but it's not a full-blown carpet, you want to go with the second option, which is waxing. Waxing is really great. You only have to do it every 4 to 6 weeks. It's relatively painless. The back area especially, it's just not a very painful area. It's super common procedure at waxing centers for men. And if you're scared of a little bit of pain, then you can easily just take an Advil just before, like 20, 30 minutes before, and it's gonna be pretty painless for you.
The one downside would be if like you have a reaction to it, like you're allergic to the wax for whatever reason, or when your hair gets pulled out, it grows in and gets infected, or you got little bumps, ingrown hairs, that kind of stuff. So try it out, I guess, if you have a little more than just a sprinkling, and see if you do or don't like it, because there is another option after this as well, regardless of how much hair you have at the end of the day, and that would be
laser hair removal. So I really recommend laser hair removal because you only have to get between like 5 to 8 treatments every 4 to 5 weeks, and it will completely eliminate your hair. The only thing is that you have to make sure your hair is not super fine or white or blonde, because the laser won't be able to detect it, and it's pretty costly. So it would suck if you just spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars on this procedure and your hair is just white at the end of the day, so there's nothing that it can do. If your hair is dark, you're a great candidate for it, or coarse, awesome.
Way better than waxing.
Now, if you do have fine or light colored hair, outside of waxing and trimming, you do have one other nuclear option.
It's called electrolysis. I have really light colored hair as well, so I'm not the best candidate for laser treatment. So what it is, basically it's like doing one hair at a time, where they literally electrocute it, and it's not cheap, it's time consuming, but if you have that type of hair, it's your only option for permanent hair removal.
Yes.
And it's 100% effective.
Be sure to check out my other videos about properly grooming your arms, armpits, leg, groin area. There's a couple areas we gotta...
Buttocks as well.
Buttocks, gotta pay attention to. So definitely be sure to check out those videos, which I'll link in the video description. So thank you, Dorian, for sharing your wisdom in this area.
You're welcome. I never thought I would be on camera talking about my grooming techniques.